field. Not close to anyone. Pete Carroll, the Jets defensive coordinator, was saying about Bledsoe, since he got hurt, he's been making some bad decisions, kind of hurrying things. Now we have a moment. Let's go to Jim Lampley in New York. Jim?
Don, the writers have weighed in with their votes for the college football poll. Here's the resulting Bowl Coalition poll. Nebraska #1, Florida State, not West Virginia #2. The bad news for Don Nehlen and the Mountaineers: Nebraska and Florida State will meet in the Orange Bowl, presumably with the winner to take the national title. Now back to Don and Paul.
Not happy news in Morgantown.
Well, I agree with Nehlen. I think that undefeated teams should, there's only 2 of them, they should be playing each other for the championship.
Here's a throw over the middle. Ball is caught on a 2nd down and 10 play. Corey Kroom out of the backfield. Now they wave it off, and they're ruling it incomplete.
Kyle Clifton, what a hit on Kroom. I mean, he hits him and the ball comes out. Watch Kyle Clifton, 59 in the white. He sees Kroom coming right up the middle. Here's the ball. Here's the hit. Never had control of the ball. That's an excellent call.
And it puts Parcells' offense now into a deep throw situation, at least 10 yards. Ball positioned at the 36-yard line. You have to remember that the kicking game is very suspect on New England, even with the wind at the Patriots' back. They want to get it down a lot closer than this. Bledsoe gets some time, throws a hard ball, and tipped away nicely. Coming from off the play, Hasty was in on the play, and also on the play for the Jets was Lonnie Young.
Lonnie Young gets a hand in there. Whether Lonnie Young hits this ball or not, I'm not sure. But Lonnie Young is going to come in right there. He gets off of his man. His arm's in the air. He gets a piece to the ball. Distracts the ball. Nice play by the defense, because Lonnie Young gets back off of his coverage and knocks the ball away. Outstanding.
Scott Sisson, who has really struggled. He's hit just 14 of 23 field goals. 2 of 7 outside the 40, and now his holder, Mike Saxon, wants a timeout. It would be a 55-yard attempt with the ball is positioned. But with this wind, if he gets it up in that jet stream, Paul, that shouldn't be a problem. It's the accuracy that this kid's had a problem with.
Yeah, and one of the things that's going to happen, too, is that the goalpost keeps opening and closing just a little bit. He may get an advantage down there.
They have a bullseye for him now to shoot out.
You know, they're just trying to help any way they can. Let's help him out.
Sisson was a terrific college kicker, hit 80% of his field goals last season at Georgia Tech. It was a cool reception he got in Miami, and he missed a 26-yarder. A cool reception from Parcells. Parcells said, "I'm a man without a lot of patience," and he said, "I guess I have to have it with young players that have a lot in front of them," but he said it's awfully hard at times, because there's no question Sisson's kicking has cost this team games, and nobody feels worse about it than Scott Sisson.
No, he doesn't. And Parcells last week in Miami, he missed a short 26-yarder, I think, 26 or 28, and Parcells was sitting there waiting on him. Now, this is 55 yards.
This would be a team record field goal if he hits it. 55-yard try, snap and set down are good. Ball carrying down, and no good. The same sad song for place kicker Scott Sisson.
Well, his longest field goal is 40 yards. And that's the shortest field goal in the entire NFL. No one in the NFL has one, as their longest. I mean, that's his.
Yeah, it's nothing longer than 40.
And, when you're pushing and trying, I mean, you're talking a 55-yard field goal here. They hope he can make it. I mean, the ball looks like it's up, then the wind just takes it and moves it left. He's got the distance for it. Parcells taking a look at it, saying, well, it'll be nice if we make it, but I understand that's 55.
But the Jets get the ball back with excellent field position starting from their 37. Protecting the ball as they take it straight ahead. Johnson running hard. Andre Tippett was there to fill and make the tackle. Jets encouraged by the latest medical reports on their standout young linebacker, their #1 draft choice, Marvin Jones, who suffered the hip injury at Indianapolis. But Johnny Johnson was really part of that draft day situation, as the Phoenix Cardinals wanted so badly to draft Garrison Hurst, who's also out for the season with an injury. So they traded, switched draft positions, and the Jets got what's turned out to be their leading runner and their top pass catcher. He came in with 45 receptions, did Johnny Johnson.
this plays over, we'll tell you something about the Patriot defense.
Baxter runs on second down and a long 5. He's close to the 45-yard line.
Ricky, talking about the weather being a factor. The Patriots are playing with only 3 defensive backs. They're bringing Agnew in, and they're going with 4 down linemen and linebackers, and only 3 defensive backs in a ball game. Corwin Brown, number 30, was off the field. Now, he's still not back on again.
Jets grinding out the yardage. Baxter's rush for 22 yards on 6 carries. Johnson has 24 yards on just 4 carries. And through 1 quarter of play, the Jets hold a 3-0 advantage. The return, that's tonight on NBC. They wanted Coach McGuire to play Haas, didn't they, Ned?
No, they wanted me to play a horse.
Oh, a horse.
Not Haas, a horse.
They wanted you to play Swamp Thing on Sequest. Here's a 3rd down throw from 2 yards needed, but they're not going to get it. So Boomer and the Jets come up short on 3rd down, and they come off in the rain, holding a 3-0 lead, and Aguiar comes back out.
Throwing outside to Johnny Johnson. Just trying to get the ball to him and let him get some running room. Watch this. Excellent play by the defense. They're right there to stop the play. Tippett's there along with Smith. No gain. And again, the Patriots with only 3 defensive backs.
Aguiar's first punt was 32 yards, and he did well to do that into the wind. Now he'll be booming it with the wind at his back. Troy Brown is back deep. Well hit ball. Angles to the near sideline. Troy Brown gets it, and the special teams coverage is beautiful. Anthony Pryor's right down there to make the play.
You know, I'm really surprised that the coaches are letting the guys field the ball. Anthony Pryor, I mean, just drops Brown. But I'm really surprised that they're allowing them to catch the ball with this wind. And here he comes running for the ball. Bang, bang. Hello.
In your prime, you'd have been proud of that one. 44 yards and no return.
Yeah, into the wind. They should have kicked it 54. But Aguiar loves what happened. He loves putting them inside the 15. They're at the 12-yard line. Into the wind.
Paul, you think there's any revenge factor in this game after that 45-7 loss? Or?
Well, we talked to Brisby about it. Vincent Brisby, a young player. I'll get to it in a second.
Russell continues to run well, moving the pile all the way out to the 21-yard line and very close to a first down. He could have one.
But Brisby said no, just that the Jets were playing very hard, and they, you know, the first 5 times they had the ball, they scored. I mean, it wasn't like they laid it on to him at the end of the ball game. So there really isn't a revenge factor, but they just know that they have to play better. They're just not putting points on the board. Again, they go through another first period without a touchdown. They've only scored 9 points in the first period in 11 ball games. That's not good enough to win.
Yeah, it's the reason they're losing, no question. They've lost their last 4 games of the Patriots by a total of 11 points. They've outgained 3 of their last 4 opponents. All 4 were losses. The only team that outgained them was Buffalo. And Buffalo had to go to overtime on this field a few weeks ago to win. Patriots are in every game. They just can't close the sale.
They can't score 7. You know, I did them last week against Miami. They got down the first drive. They ended up with 3. In the second drive, they had 4th and short and couldn't pick up the 4th down. And they would have really had to settle for 3. So they've got to put 7 on the board.
Right now, they have first down after the carry by Russell. Right back to the power run, this time for a gain of only 2 yards. It was kind of ominous with the young running back from Alabama. Kevin Turner told us yesterday, we were talking about the Patriots' inability to score when they get down close. He said when we get down close, it seems like we lose our minds. Sounds like a bad situation.
It really is. They try to do things that they're not capable of doing. That's that. Leonard Marshall just showed his agility. He was the guy that, if you looked at, almost thought he was offside. He was moving down the line of scrimmage, had enough agility to get back off the line of scrimmage and then get up and help on the play. Kevin, we lose our mind, huh?
A terrible thing to lose.
That's right.
Second down and 8. And another hard hit put on at the 23 little gain. Let's go back to Jim Lampley.
All right, Don, take a look at Andre Rison's 11th touchdown catch of the season, tying him for league leadership in that category with Jerry Rice. It was a 14-yarder from Bobby Hebert in the first quarter that gives Atlanta a 10-0 second quarter lead now over Cleveland at home. Back to Don Criqui.
Thank you, Jim. OJ's pick for MVP, Deion Sanders.
He recanted that. He said he's a good player. He's the best player.
He's a good player. As soon as he came back, they started to win. Bledsoe reloads and almost gets picked. It almost looks like there's flags down every play. There's so many little papers blowing on the field.
Bledsoe goes to throw this ball, and then he pulls it down right here. And then when he fires it, see what happens is the wide receiver or the tight end, Ben Coates, cannot keep his footing. It's bad. It's getting, and it'll be worse in the middle of the field. And he never had a chance. You've got to throw the short stuff, and you've got to throw it quick.
Mike Saxon ready to hit the ball. He's been doing well.
That'll be an adventure.
Bledsoe just 2 of 6, 2 of 8. Passing the ball for just 25 yards. You get a bit of a roll after a squibbed kick into the wind. And the Jets will take over at their 46-yard line when we come back.
Now, in a win like this, you have to set the ball on your foot. When he drops it, he almost misses the ball. The ball goes out dead right. It's a very short kick. With the wind or against the wind, when it's gusting this much, you almost have to set it down on your foot.
And Blair Thomas is now on the field. As you see, he missed the last 5 games due to a leg injury, a hamstring pull. They go right to him on a 2. It's going to be a trick play as Boomer's got an open man. He rifles the ball downfield. He's got an open guy, and it's off his fingertips. Rob Moore had 10 yards on the defense. And in the wind and rain, the ball skips free.
You know, Boomer was 4 out of 6 for 13 yards until this play here. All right, here is Blair Thomas running, lateraling back to Boomer. And Moore is wide open, but watch what happens to the ball. The ball just takes off. It's with the wind, and Moore can't outrun it. The ball's gone. It hits him right on the end of the hands, and he really should have caught the ball. But it's raining. It's easy for us to say being up here.
He doesn't drop many, Rob Moore.
No, he doesn't. Run that play again. It worked.
All pro quality as Esiason now dumps it over the middle. And a streaking Terrence Mathis fights his way inside the 45-yard line and could have a first down for the Jets.
Terrence Mathis just, got that first down on his own. That was just a nice move to stay in bounds and see where the marker is and get to it. He comes across the middle. He'll be coming from right to left on the screen underneath the tight end. Here's the pass. You've got a linebacker on him. And here's the move that he makes now. He sees the marker, and he knows he's got to get to it, and he does. Outstanding.
Rod Smith wrestled him down, but he did it 10 yards downfield. So the Jets with a 3-0 lead in the second quarter. 11:27 to play in the half. Go to the run. Blair Thomas tries to cut back and is knocked down at the 41-yard line.
There won't be a lot of cutting back on this field. First of all, because when you start to cut back, you've got to get your own footing. The defense is planted. So when you make a move, if the play is called to run to the right off tackle, go there. Because by the time you get there, the chances are the blocks may be made. Now here's Thomas trying to cut back. Now watch what he does. Look at his foot. He has to get his footing first. And by the time he comes back, the defense is already planted. They're there. They're home.
That brings up second down and a long 7. The rain has abated a little bit. Wind still intense. Blair Thomas breaks it into the open field, and he's ahead for a first down to the 28-yard line.
This is what I'm talking about. When you look on the outside, James Brown is out there. He's blocking. And by the time you get to the hole, watch the hole open. White is there. Brown is there. You see the blocking there? When you get to the hole now, Thornton gets his block. It's there. It's a 12-yard gain and another first down.
Receivers blocking well, too.
Rob Moore downfield, trying to get a block, and really all you got to do is get in front of the defensive man.
Corwin Brown, the rookie safety from Michigan, stopped Blair Thomas from going all the way. Now Blair comes out of the game after that 12-yard run.
It looks like he lost he wore contacts, so it looks like he lost the contact lens.
Moving well. Leg seems to be all right. The one that's kept him out for 5 games. Esiason with a first down call. To the run. Patriot backers shoot into those gaps. Don't leave much room to go. We look at the 10-minute ticker. New Orleans and Minnesota tied up 7-7 after New Orleans was pounded at San Francisco. The winless Bengals up on the Raiders in the second quarter. Game clock showing 9 minutes and 30 seconds to play in the first half. Jets scored off their first possession. They drove it down the field Blanchard hit a 33-yard field goal into the wind. Since then, Sisson of New England has missed a 55-yard try with the wind at his back.
Delay a game, I think, or movement by the offense. That's why it's tough. You know, I'm looking at that Atlanta-Cleveland score, 10-0 Atlanta. After Bill Belichick got rid of Bernie Kosar, they've lost 3 straight, and he says to the fans and the press, we're going in the right direction.
Snap,
I mean,
tight end, offense, 5 yards, still second
we're
down.
a better team now than we were winning 3 straight. We're going in the right direction. I don't think I'd say that. You know?
No, you want to go in that other direction if you're winning doing it.
I would go towards the winning direction.
And we're told that Blair Thomas did lose a contact lens. So he'll be back shortly. As the Jets now align, second down, they need 13, ball positioned at the 32-yard line of the Patriots. Esiason downfield, and it's off the hand of the tight end, James Thornton, the former Chicago Bear.
They've got to run that exact same play, Crick, and what they do with that one, and then throw the ball to Baxter going out of the backfield, number 30. You see him in the backfield now, but when he slips out, there's no one there. This pass is high, it's wet, it's raining. Boomer Esiason knows, I mean, on a dry day, he'd probably been able to drop that ball in. But if you take a look at that play again, and then coming out of the backfield with Brad Baxter, Johnny Johnson is in the backfield now.
And this wind is so strong, it's been as difficult to throw with it as against it. Carries the ball either way. Johnson, swing pass, and he breaks one tackle, then another, and on a third down and 13 play, he's ahead for a gain of almost 18 yards and a first down.
Outstanding block by Dave Cadigan. I mean, he gets out, and he's the only guy in this screen. On the left-hand side of the screen, you'll see the left guard, Cadigan. He's going to slip out. Johnson is there. Now, he's got to take on one of these guys coming down. So he takes on Brown, and Johnny Johnson makes the break of the tackle there and picks up the first down. But outstanding by Cadigan.
Big play by the big tackle from Southern California. Playing at guard. He's been all over the lineup in his years with the Jets. All over the offensive line is Brad Baxter, who can smell that goal line. The big touchdown scorer with 29 in his career as a Jet in less than 4 seasons. Takes it down to the 10-yard line. While we pointed out that the Patriots have been one of the lowest scoring teams in the league, only the Bengals have scored fewer points. The Jets are one of the 3 highest scoring teams in the league, along with San Francisco and Denver. They're the top 2. The Jets are third, averaging over 23 points a game.
And I like the way they're running the ball, especially with Baxter in that play there. He just goes straight ahead. He picked up almost 5 yards on the play, about 4.5 yards, but by going straight ahead and right at the hole.
Again, the Jets go to the run, driving the ball. Close to the 5-yard line is Baxter.
See, Crick, when he runs straight ahead, he's depending on that offensive line. He never stops his legs moving. He starts moving the pile himself. And then Baxter picks up 5 yards on a play. They're close to the first down. But Baxter doesn't waver at all. Watch, he goes straight at the hole. There he is in the hole. Now he takes that line with him. His legs never stop driving. The continuous motion. And he's very close to the first down.
Goad and Tippett wrestled him down for the Patriot defense. Brad Baxter was inexpensive, not a high draft choice, not a draft choice at all. He was a free agent out of Alabama State.
I'd give it to him one more time. He took it for 9.5. I mean, that play just works. They're running to the right-hand side. You got White and James Brown, who's having his first start, number 76 for the Jets. They'll take some defensive backs out and bring a load of defensive linemen and linebackers in the ball game.
If the Jets can take it in, they're going to be very tough to beat in this game.
Patriots are playing this defense with only two defensive backs. The rest are linemen.
Baxter again. 3rd and short. Looks like a first down for the Jets inside the 5-yard line.
I mean, I like the play calling. The weather's bad. The players love the elements. They said that. They said, wait a minute, this is a beautiful day to play. But, I mean, when you got a guy that's running, they ran the same play 3 times and got the first down. On the right-hand side, I'm just taking a look. That is Cadrez, the linebacker, who is blocking. What a linebacker on linebacker. Don't you love it? On David Bavaro, he blocks him, and they get the first down.
Now the Jets, first and goal just inside the 5-yard line, looking to build on their 3-0 lead, but they won't on that play as Tim Goad sheds the block of center Jim Sweeney and makes the tackle on Brad Baxter for a loss.
First time they tried to get outside. They ran the ball 3 times over the guard, between the guard and tackle. This time, look where they're going, to try to get to the outside. The block is not made at the line of scrimmage. Sweeney misses Goad, and Goad makes the play.
Game clock continues to tick down to 5:50 to play in the first half. Esiason, who was the NFL's most valuable player at Cincinnati back in 1988, coolly directing the offense, takes a look into the end zone and swings it out, but there's too much lead on the ball. Baxter was coming out of the backfield. That brings up 3rd down and goal. Coach Koslett said he's never worried much about rain or wind because you both have to play in it, but his defensive coordinator Pete Carroll said he feels that the bad elements are much in favor of the defense.
They are, well, you know, when I'm looking at offense, though, receivers, I mean, the wind now is the biggest problem, but when receivers are out there, they know where they're going. The defensive guys don't. So I think the receivers have the advantage.
Problem is we don't know where the ball's going today.
That's right.
3rd down and goal. Esiason stands in, takes a look, fires to the end zone, and he's off target, way off target. Rob Moore was running open in the back of the end zone on a crossing pattern, and the Jets have to send out Kerry Blanchard, their field goal kicker.
Boomer Esiason really had to fire this ball. I don't even know on a dry day that Rob Moore would be able to get it. The protection is outstanding. He's right there. He's standing up. Now he steps up. He sees Moore breaking. Look where the ball is, way outside. He really had no chance of getting it. The one thing Boomer Esiason wanted to do in that situation is make sure that that ball wasn't intercepted.
He sure made sure of that.
Yeah, I don't think anybody could intercept it.
Blanchard on the field now. The hold will be at the 14-yard line, 24-yard attempt. He's 9 of 9 this year from inside the 40. And he's 10 of 10. So Kerry Blanchard not affected by the weather. He'll be kicking off when we come back.
Potato chips and Lil Pete's present Patriots Profiles.
Back at Foxborough, where the wind, if anything, has intensified. 5:26 to go in the first half.
Whack, 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 whack.
I think even the birds are grounded today. Nothing's up to Ray Crittenden and Troy Brown back deep for the Patriots as the ball blows off the kicking tee.
One more time and they'll have to get a holder.
To kick off for the New York Jets, you receive Ray Crittenden and Troy Brown for the Patriots.
Blanchard having a real good year for the Jets, and he has been the lone scorer in this game with 2 field goals to give the Jets their 6-0 lead. It's a hard kickoff. Patriots will down it in the end zone. It'll come out to the 20, 1st down and 10. So we'll see what Bledsoe and the Patriots offense can do into the wind. Oh, the Jets done up like a duck hunter. Man who said the gnarlier the better. Wasn't that his term?
Yeah, he said we love it. Give it the weather, the gnarlier the better. Yeah, I hope it's cold. Let's get it. Yeah, sure. Is this gnarly enough for you?
It's gnarly.
Peter?
Yeah. The ball at the 20-yard line, so the Patriots with the long field to go and into the wind. Here in the second quarter, trailing the Jets 6-0. Bledsoe 2 of 8 for 25 yards today. Throwing the ball, 1 interception. Been 1 turnover each way. Each team has an interception. Leonard Russell saw no gap, just put 2 arms on the ball, so he didn't lose that. Kyle Clifton, the Jets middle linebacker, their defensive captain on the stop, 59.
Watch these linebackers just penetrate. There they are. Clifton, Houston, and Mo Lewis, 57. Houston's getting pushed back a little bit, but the linebackers are just feeding to the hole. Now, one thing you can't do, and we saw it on one play that Mo Lewis did, don't get yourself caught inside. If you get yourself caught inside, that's when these guys start bouncing back to the outside.
Second down and 8. Leonard Russell eludes a tackler again. Breaks it all the way out to the 29-yard line. Mo Lewis ran him down, but Leonard Russell is about a yard short of a first down. Bring up 3rd and 1.
So one of the things we just talked about, not getting caught inside. Now look at 57 is Mo Lewis. Washington almost gets to play. Bobby Houston, number 55, does get caught inside, and Mo Lewis scrapes down the line of scrimmage, saves the first down. But Bobby Houston was the outside linebacker. He got himself caught inside.
Leonard Russell, Paul, putting up some impressive numbers.
62 yards. He could go over 100 today. Of course, they're going to run the ball most of the time.
62 yards on just 10 carries. 3rd and a yard for New England. Oh, great defense, but here comes a penalty marker in, thrown in by the referee, Gordon McCarter, who was standing behind the quarterback.
Mo Lewis, what a play. Linebacker filling.
Gordon McCarter threw that one in with some gusto.
It looks like that's a holding area.
Holding, 75 offense, penalty declined, 4th down.
Watch Mo Lewis go to work here.
They call it on the center, who is Bill Lewis. Watch Mo Lewis, 57, Phil. Into the hole, in the backfield. Kroom, no chance.
That penalty the Jets declined is only the 46th penalty called against the Patriots this season. Usually losing teams have a lot of penalties, but they are second lowest are the Patriots in the NFL in penalties. Mike Saxon ready to punt the ball into the wind. Terrence Mathis is back for the Jets. Sheets of rain blowing across the field. A well-hit ball by Saxon into the wind. Mathis backpedals and fair catches the ball at his 28-yard line. A big play by Mike Saxon of New England. Jets have it when we come back. Tricky back at Foxborough, where it's now like a car wash as we look at the least penalized teams. Paul, maybe the way to go this year is to be more penalized. Those guys aren't doing so
well,
good.
The coaches tell you if you're the least penalized team, they usually have winning records. But take a look at the 3 least penalized teams out of 30 games. They have won 7 games. Now look at the most penalized teams. Between these guys, they have won 18 games. So maybe you're right. If you get penalized, you win. Look
Used to be the only team that did well that was penalized a lot was the Raiders. They invariably were the most penalized team, and they won a lot. Miami won a lot, and they were always the least penalized. Jets go to the run.
Well, I wonder why.
I tell you, we got stuff coming in here now that looks like something out of a Pacific storm.
This is unbelievable. I mean, and these people are cheering the rain. Well, they don't have much else to cheer. The team isn't doing very well, but Rain's winning the popularity contest here. If you get in the open, they'll not be able to find you.
This is the real deal. Here's like Hurricane Bob or somebody's back with her. A throw, incomplete.
Bob
on 2nd down and 5. Vincent Brown was covering.
I love Boomer Esiason's courage to throw the ball on this. It's starting to come this way a little bit.
It's coming this way big time, pal. It's water you feel.
I know. You gotta love it. I love it being up here. I like to be in the, actually where the best place to be would be in that dining room over here on the left. With a windshield wiper on your window. There's where you have to be, right there. Guys having a few cocktails, having a little lunch.
They can see a lot. There's a fog now working its way into this mix. Esiason on 3rd down and 5. Buys some time with a rollout, then gets it away and makes the connection for a first down. James Thornton coming across the field. And it is a first down for the Jets with 2 minutes and 26 seconds to play in the first half. Jets lead 6-0.
Now give credit first of all to the offensive line. Look at the protection. Defense really no traction at all. And Boomer Esiason, being left-handed, rolls out to his left, sees Thornton and gets him on a dead run for the first down.
Jets advancing the ball out to the 41-yard line. Boomer looking to put it up again. Again, a little bit too much pop on the ball off the hands of Rob Moore, and we get the 2-minute warning with the Jets in the lead 6-0.
Unbelievable. Yeah, Willard. Wouldn't it be nice to have Willard Scott doing the highlights of this game? Huh?
We might need him. You might call on old Willard.
Put a hat on with a hat band, I'll tell you that.
Jets now with a 2nd down and 10, holding a 6-0 lead. 1:58 to go in the half. Esiason looks again, swings it out. And again, the ball is separated from the receiver. James Thornton came in with only 8 receptions this season. They've been going to him a lot underneath. He's caught 2 for touchdowns this year.
Yeah, well, Todd Collins almost separated Thornton from Thornton. Watch 54 coming across. Thornton's going to catch the ball, or almost catch it. There's a hit there by Brown, and also
Boomer took a pop.
Smith hits Thornton. Boomer takes a pop. Thornton takes a pop.
Now it is, as you see, 3rd down and 10 for the Jets. Swing pass, what a grab. Johnny Johnson with a one-hand grab. Boomer was telling us yesterday at Phoenix they never went to him throwing the ball. He was strictly a tailback. Said he came into camp and was catching the ball behind him with one hand. And they said, wait a minute, I think we've added something here.
Here's exactly what Boomer was talking about yesterday. Watch Johnny Johnson. Look at this. One-handed catch in this rain. The ball's wet.
He's never played in New England before, Johnny Johnson. But the swing pass was not good for a 1st down. So on 4th down and 9, Aguilar's back on the field to hit the ball with the wind at his back. Just 1:47 left to play in the 1st half.
Look at this kick.
Well hit, as you'd expect. And well done, as it's angled out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. They go to the run. There's not much there. Jets could be calling timeouts here to try to get it back. There's a timeout signaled by the Jets with 1:29 to play. Lageman on the tackle.
Yards timeout. New York, number 2. 40-second timeout.
The Jets only have one more timeout. So I would imagine that after this play here, I'd call it on 3rd down and then force them to punt no matter how much time is left, because they're going to have to kick the ball into the wind, obviously. But let them run this play and then take it on 3rd.
Bledsoe coming back from the sideline. He's the number 1 pick, 6'5", 235 pounds out of Washington State. He's only 21 years old. And the upside on him is enormous. They really think everybody had seen him. This guy just has everything you could possibly want in a franchise quarterback, except experience.
Yeah, and he said that's the one thing he needs. He knows the offense now. And that's, the biggest problem was learning the offense. And then recognizing things at a snap. You've got to recognize right away and be able to throw the ball downfield.
This has been the best downfield offense today for the Patriots. Big Leonard Russell turning to the outside. This time the Jets string it out and run him out of bounds, stopping the clock with 1:23 to play. So that helps the Jets.
Oh, it's a huge mistake by Russell. You're not going anywhere. Get down in the playing field and make the Jets at least think about using their last timeouts. Now the Jets will, on 3rd down, call their last timeout. I mean, you got Russell running sideways. There's no place to go. Get down.
Instead, he got out of bounds. So the Patriots now huddling at their goal line. 1:23 to play in the 1st half. Jets leading 6-0 on 2 Kerry Blanchard field goals. Double tight ends, Marv Cook and Ben Coates, both in the game. And now Bledsoe apparently sees something he doesn't like. He calls a timeout. They need 10 yards for the 1st down.
Now, we were talking about Bledsoe, and everybody really is high on this young man. And the thing when we were talking again, he said, I'm really starting to see some things downfield, recognizing right away, reading defense. He says that's the hardest thing in the world, because these guys disguise it so much in the National Football League, something he didn't see that much of in college. And it really is a hard thing to do. First of all, you're trying to grasp the entire system, which is incredible. Then he's hurt. Then he comes back, and he's really starting to throw the ball with confidence. And then you get a day like today that is almost impossible to throw the ball.
Yeah, he missed 3 games. He strained a knee, and the only win the Patriots have, a 2-point win at Phoenix. And told us yesterday the knee finally feels perfect. But the Jets thought he was a little bit more skittish since he's come back after injuring the knee, that he was a little quick to trigger the ball and make some bad throws. Pete Carroll was very open about that. So we're going to try to position our defense, if we can, to throw him out of sync and throw up that pick. He did throw one interception, but so did Esiason. Even on turnovers, no fumbled balls. Well, Leonard Russell turns it up. Power driving. He's across the 15-yard line, and on 3rd down and 9, Leonard Russell gains 11 and gets a first down.
Russell just gets to the outside, and you can't. I've been talking all the time about keeping the linebackers to the outside and don't let them get to you. There's Houston. You see where 55 turns inside? Kevin Turner gets an outstanding block on Houston. This enables Russell to get to the outside, and when that happens, there's nobody out there but a corner or a safety. Lott comes up and makes the play.
Another thing about Russell, Paul, is he's a guy that some guys won't play with injuries. He tries to hide injuries when he has them. He even wants to practice with them. Big time courage, and he goes again with the ball. And again, he turns it to the outside. Not known for his speed, but he has been getting wide on the Jets today. The leading yardage producer in the game has been number 32, Leonard Russell of the Patriots. But again, out of bounds and stopping the clock with 1:10 to go.
And on that play, I think all 3 linebackers had a shot at Russell. Russell is running to his left, and look at the guys that have a shot at him. First of all, there's Clifton here. Here comes Mo Lewis here. He gets a shot, and inside was Bobby Houston, who was getting blocked.
Russell's run 13 times for 68 yards for New England. On 2nd and 8, back to the run. Parcells not wanting to let his young quarterback risk an interception late in the first half. Patriots very much in the game, down by just 6 points with a minute to go. And again, we have a timeout called.
Patriots are trying to run the ball and get out of here and get to the locker room down 6-0. The Jets won't let them. They keep running the guys out of bounds. They keep stopping the clock. Now the Jets have used their last timeout. I mean, if you know, you're looking at 3rd down now, you really can't take a knee because there is a 40-second clock. So you can't, if they take a knee here, they're going to still have to punt the ball. But they'll be able to run it down to about 10 seconds.
Bengals have won half a game. They're up 10-0 on the Raiders at halftime at Cincinnati. Parcells has said lately that Bledsoe is really showing signs of coming of age. That he really started to pick up the offense. Bledsoe said it's not so much learning the offense, you can do that, it's being able to implement it against all the changing defenses. He said he knows what to call. They give you so many different looks. Sometimes what you called isn't exactly what you want to do.
And, you know, with a young team like this, they really self-destruct. I think that Kevin Turner told us that. He said, you know, we kind of lose our mind when we get in the red zone.
3rd down and 9. They run the ball to the Patriots. The Jets out of timeouts here in the first half as the game clock now ticks down inside of 50 seconds to play. Run by Corey Kroom, and Mike Saxon, who punted the ball well into the wind the last time, comes out to hit it for New England.
Well, the Patriots can let the ball actually run down to 16 seconds before they snap it with 1 second left to go, or run it down to 15 and take a penalty, which will leave 15 seconds left on the clock. But then you're kicking into the wind.
Mike Saxon, the punter. Terrence Mathis is back deep for the Jets. Big rush. Saxon with a knuckleball hit downfield, but again it carries well and rolls out of bounds at the 48-yard line of New York.
Rolls out of bounds in Jets territory.
The Jets get the ball with just 10 seconds left in the half, and the penalty marker is down. 32-yard punt.
That's not a flag. There's no flag. That's just a piece of
yellow
paper. There's a big one down on the 30. I mean, the referee picked it up and shook it. Said, no, that one there, but there's a smaller one upfield. That big guy there is somebody's Pancho. Pancho.
He did that for a very serious offense, capital offense. There's paper all over the field. Everything's blowing in here. The rain, which was unbelievable 10 minutes ago, now is lightened up a little bit, but the wind has not let up a bit. In fact, the flag at one end of the stadium is blowing straight up. I haven't seen that before.
Not in my lifetime.
A Esiason going to take one shot at it. Whoa, Burkett almost had a play on the ball, and the Jets will get another crack at it with 2 seconds left to play in the half.
Patriots had a 3-man rush, and Boomer Esiason steps up. He could have run for 50 yards. It wouldn't have made any difference. He never would have scored. But look at this. Let's throw out here Burkett. 2 people on it. They're just hoping the ball gets tipped up in the air. Nice play by the defense. With a 3-man rush, and that's all that the Patriots are doing. They'll put a couple of guys back down about the 5-yard line, let them back into the end zone.
And that's what they're doing. They've got a couple of center fielders now way back. As Esiason on the final play of the half, unless there's a defensive penalty, fires downfield, hits an open man. This will take some doing to get into the end zone, and they don't quite get there. Rob Moore running well, big gainer, but no points. First half ends, and the Jets go to the locker room with a 6-0 lead. Now stay tuned for the Domino's Pizza NFL Live halftime report after this message from the National Football League and a word from your local station.